Good evening and salutations, my Jade fans. So, I want to start off with the Chase, Finn, and Gregory scene because, well, Chase pissed me off today. He's upset with Brooklyn, right? And I totally get that. I totally understand her being selfish and, her not writing a letter and being one of the reasons why he's not a cop. But here's the thing, though. He comes out of his mouth and he blames her. It's like, oh, well, it's her fault that I'm not a cop. No, 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 no. This is your fault that you're not a cop. You hit two civilians to, quote unquote, protect her honor. But you want to sit there and blame her for not writing a letter because you got fired because you put your hands on somebody else. Really? Where's the accountability at? It just, I'm not gonna lie, it irked me when you said that. And don't get me wrong, I've been saying this for a while and that hasn't changed. Brooklyn is toxic. But here's the thing though. You chose that. You chose that. And y'all were together for not even that while. And you're already ready to just quit on her. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world that she did to you. And you guys have to remember, he's the one that put himself in that situation in the first place. So how much of this is really her fault when you really think about it? Dante comes by and gives him some news because Brooklyn was talking to Tracy about this favor that she did. When Dante comes over there, he's like, listen, the review board is going to sit there and take another look at your case. Apparently the letter that Brooklyn made, finally went through. She was persistent, whatever the case was, so they're going to sit there and take another look. Now he's all happy. Oh, on top of that, I think I said this yesterday, but, he was telling his dad, he was like, yo, listen, I'm not going to sing for her. I don't know. Whatever happens, it's going to be her fallout. And, Gregory was like, listen, you might have lost your badge, but you didn't lose what made you a cop, like your integrity. But apparently it did, Apparently it did. Because he was just waiting to sit there and watch her twist in the wind. But after he got that news, he was right there with Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn, she was meant to trying to get her dad to perform and talking to whatever that guy was. And the guy was like, yo, listen, he's not a solo act, so you better find a way to fix this. Now she's standing around looking dumb, and Chase is right there. So let me get this straight. If you wouldn't have got news about the possibility of you getting your badge back, I guess you just would have been like, whatever. I mean, honestly, tell you, I would like to think that the dad conversation did help, because he did sit there and take a look like, he's right. I may not want to hear this, but he's right. Still. So Trina is sad and depressed about a guy who was on the show and gave no impact to the show whatsoever. Let's just be very clear about this. They had months to do something with Rory, and they didn't. And they made him the most bland, boring character possible. And now he's gone. And you know what? The show is better off for it. But Trina is looking like a mess, and she's all sad and depressed about Rory. I don't really understand why. I really don't. I mean, she didn't even really like the dude that much. I mean, yeah, granted, you could be sad that someone passed, but she wasn't really into him that much. She's sitting there acting like they went on some sort of great romance or whatever, and now she's super devastated about it. She's sitting there talking about, oh, I didn't love him back, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, yeah, you didn't. And it wasn't so much the fact that she didn't love him back, but she didn't even have the courtesy, the consideration to even tell him that, you know what? this isn't really going to work out. She knew when she went to that hotel with him and she was thinking about Spencer and my dude wound up practically sleeping on a goddamn floor that she didn't feel the same way. But she couldn't be bothered to sit there and tell him that. So I don't really have sympathy when she's feeling bad about how she didn't really, tell Rory the truth. I don't. Um, and again, the dude had no impact on the show. He's better off the show. The actor seems like a lot more happier, so it's a win-win situation. Josh winds up getting into some car crash because some prick decided to use their high beams. So now she got into a car crash. The Davis girls are in the house. Sam, Christina and Molly, TJ. Christina talking about some new project that she's doing. Alexis is happy. Spencer is worried that he's going to be like his dad. Saying that he can't escape his family. And Alexis is like, you're right. You can. You can carve out your own life, but you can't sit there and escape your family. So, I don't really know what to tell you. And then Spencer went to go see um, Trina at the end. Nothing really happened at the Quartermaines. Carly still sent them manipulating the situation, telling Drew, oh, you shouldn't sit there and try to get her hopes up and yada, 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 because she's Carly and that's what she does. And that's what she does best is keep parents away from their children. Willow tells Wiley that they're going to be having a girl. Carly is looking at Willow like, oh man, she's looking like very wary. Like, this pregnancy is really hard for her. She looked like she's on death's door. You didn't, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you didn't look like that when you were pregnant X amount of times. Whatever. Um, oh, and, Olivia threw in some offhand comment. Oh, Monica's under the weather. I guess New Year's. Monica's going to be out of town. Monica is skiing somewhere. Can we just stop mentioning her name at this point? Like, just stop mentioning her name at this point. They need to do something. Okay? Because throwing in Monica's name every now and then doesn't do anything. Really doesn't do anything. I mean, we all know that the actress has been back because she's been hurt and it's taken her a long time to heal. And let's be honest, does she even really want to come back at this point? She's been on the show since, well, probably before I was born. Portia, Curtis, and Hat Daddy was there. They didn't really do anything. They exchanged some gifts, and that was pretty much about it. I can't really think of anything else that actually happened. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. I almost forgot because I'm sitting there like, and I'm looking at the name Maxie and Austin. Oh, by the way, Maxie and Austin broke up. Yeah, that was it. They just broke up. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of disappointed by that. I was literally just like, all right, let's not get it, Maxie. He blackmailed Spinelli. He went behind your back. But all he was sitting there trying to do was see if he was a match for you. It wasn't some sort of nefarious, sort of dastardly deed or anything like that. I mean, Maxie, you've done far worse back in your day. And people have forgiven you. But he strong armed Spinelli into sitting there do some sort of matchmaking thing, and now you're just like, oh well, it was fun while it lasted. Really? The hell is with you people? Ugh. Yeah, I think that's actually about it. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Oh, and by the way, tonight during the live stream, I might or I might not actually have a special guest tonight. So, um, It's going to be fun, though. It's going to be fun either way. I just want to sit there and kind of throw in that surprise that maybe it will, maybe it won't happen. Um, so yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go. And always, I'm going to sit there and post the time an hour before, 30 minutes before I go live like usual. But at this point, I think everyone knows the time unless I post something specific to change the time. It's going to be the usual time. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. And I'll see you in the next video.